February 22nd, Excavating the Real You, Part 2. My memory is certainly in my hands. I can remember things only if I have a pencil and I write with it, and I can play with it. I think your hand concentrates for you. I don't know why it should be so. We're back at the site of your soul this morning for some digging. Perhaps you wonder why we are spending so much time excavating. Maybe you balk at having to search your past for clues as to how to live contently in the present. Please be open. The excavation process expands your sense of the possible because it provides you with inner knowledge. Pick up your pen to play, and in your daily dialogue pages, return to the home of your childhood. How is it decorated? Do you remember? Take a walk through the rooms and see them once again. Did you clean your room? Was the door usually kept closed? What was your favorite spot in the house? Was your mother a good cook? Do you ever prepare any of her special recipes for yourself? How did your mother comfort you when you were sick? When was the last time you had alphabet soup and saltines for lunch on a tray in bed? Where did you go on vacation? To your grandmother's houses? Can you remember them? Is there a sense memory you associate with childhood vacations? Now, fast forward to your teenage years. Were there any girls in your class that you admired, envied? Who were they and why? Did you go to the prom? Describe your gown. How did you fix your hair? Describe your gown. How did you fix your hair? Who initiated you into the feminine rituals of good grooming? Was there an older woman in your life whose sense of style impressed you? Let's move ahead to when you set up your first home, either as a young working woman or when you first got married. Where was it? How is it furnished? Are you still living with some of your early decorating choices? Do you reflect who you are now, or have you outgrown them? Are you living with things that you've inherited from your family? Do they really suit you? Now, slowly let your attention return to the room. You have excavated some more chips to place into your authentic mosaic. Minor things can become moments of great revelation when encountered for the first time. The great ballerina Margot Fonteyn observed, "We tend to think it is the major events that mark our lives, when really it is the minor moments that resonate in memory. Lovingly pick one pleasant recollection and think about it today." February 23rd, making your own imprint. God is in the details. Making your own imprint on life implies that you know exactly how to express your own inimitable style. As my wonderful Irish father used to say, "But do you?" Today, continue to expand your sense of the possible and find out. Consider the following scenario strictly for fun. You move into a completely empty house and start over from scratch. Money is not a consideration. Write down 20 specifics for your ideal home, from archaeological features to furnishings that are must-haves for you. They can range from a window seat in the upstairs hall to an English club chair with a tuft ottoman beside a fireplace. Let your imagination and creative flair have free rein. Are any of these items from your past? Where did you first encounter them? Do you remember? How long have you been dreaming about having them? Are there any items here from your childhood home? Next, imagine that your closet and drawers are empty. You need to fill them. What are the first 10 things you would either hang up or put away? You may either keep favorites from your present wardrobe or buy entirely new items. Which comes first for you, comfort or career? Your kitchen cabinets are bare. You need to buy new china, flatware, glasses, and linens for everyday use and for entertaining. Where do you begin? What pattern do you want to see every day? What shaped glass do you enjoy drinking from? Have you ever thought about this? Do you prefer a pottery mug or a paper-thin china teacup for your morning brew? These details are your authentic preferences. The soap in the bathroom, the flowers in the garden, the book on the bedside table are all strong symbols of a life in progress, notes writer and interior decorator Charlotte Moss in her book, A Passion for Detail. You look at these details and a world unfolds. Each day, you create yourself anew through choice. By paying attention to the details, your authentic gestures, you give expression to the most personal of all the arts, making your own imprint on life. February 24th. Now that I've got your attention. Sometimes in your life, you will go on a journey. It will be the longest journey you have ever taken. It is the journey to find yourself. For nearly 2 months, we have contemplated the journey within to authenticity. Perhaps you've started to let gratitude till the soil of your soul, preparing it for the seeds of simple abundance, finding the sacred in the ordinary, realizing that all you have is all you need, welcoming creative choices, and savoring life's small moments. Maybe you've set aside time to begin a daily dialogue in search of your authentic self, indulged in the pleasure of dreaming with the Illustrated Discovery Journal, or embarked on the Golden Mirror meditation to meet the woman within. Then again, maybe you haven't. If you wonder why I suspect this, it's because I've been where you are now. I know how days, weeks, months, even years can escape your grasp. I know what it's like to put everyone else's needs before your own so that you can't find a half hour a day for yourself. I know how easy it is to find heartfelt excuses for why you can't begin something new even if you yearn to, desperately. I know how easily the word tomorrow slips out unconsciously. Tomorrow you'll begin. Tomorrow. All this I know. But what I know most of all is that reading about a journey is not the same thing as taking one. Now that I've gotten your attention, let me tell you about the rest of the year. Each day from now on, we're going to use the daily grit of our real lives as a cause for celebration. That's right, celebration. I have learned many lessons on the simple abundance path. Chief among them is that the details of our days do make a difference in our lives. That no experience is ever just for drill, and that everything can be a springboard for inspiration if you are willing to be open to the goodness of life. How many times in the past have we chosen not to change our lives for the better simply by not choosing? Today, make a choice. Choose to continue on the simple abundance path or close this book now. If you choose to close the book, my blessings accompany you. May peace and plenty be your portion. Pass this book on to a friend. If you are still with me, you know what you need to do today, not tomorrow. Take another look at your life. Give thanks. Accept your circumstances. Give thanks. Count your blessings. Show up for each day's meditation. Be willing to give the basic tools a fair chance. They can help you find your way. Above all, have faith in yourself and divine change. One does not discover new lands without consenting to lose sight of the shore for a very long time, the French writer André Gide warns us. Set the sails, Pull anchor, cast away, feel the wind at your back. Keep your eyes on the horizon, or stay on shore. But choose. February 25th. Reordering your priorities. Learn to get in touch with the silence within yourself and know that everything in this life has a purpose. Most women I know have only one conscious priority: making it through the day. This is a direct result of having been torn in 1,000 different directions in any one 24-hour period for decades. Writer, pilot, wife, and mother Anne Morrow Lindbergh calls it the centrifugal forces of today that pull at women. But acknowledging, recognizing, and reordering our priorities so that they can give purpose to our days is a deeply personal task that we all need to do if we are to learn how to live by our own light. A priority is anything that is important to you. Providing for your children's education by starting a systematic plan of saving could be a priority. So could increasing your health and vitality through diet and exercise. Achieving financial serenity is another priority for many of us, as is nurturing a family and sustaining a loving, happy marriage. Priorities are not written in granite. They need to be flexible and change as we do. I find it helpful to think of priorities as the wooden frame upon which we sketch the canvas of our days so that we may apply color and form to the work of art we are creating without the entire painting collapsing in the middle. It takes peace of mind and clarity to recognize and reorder meaningful personal priorities. Maybe that is why so many of us procrastinate. But the more our lives and attention spans are segmented by our children, our careers, our homes, our marriages, and our needs for personal expression, the more we need to identify what is truly important in our lives. Many of us assume that we can continue to get along just by winging it indefinitely. We can't. We need an antidote for the hurried and harried lives that threaten to tear us apart. Follow the advice of Anne Morrow Lindbergh and make carving out a small portion of each day for yourself a personal priority. Quiet time alone, contemplation, prayer, music, a centering line of thought or reading or study or work. It can be physical or intellectual or artistic, any creative life proceeding from oneself. It need not be an enormous project or a great work, but it should be something of one's own. Arranging a bowl of flowers in the morning can give a sense of quiet in a crowded day. What matters is that one be for a time inwardly attentive. Today, make getting in touch with the silence within yourself your first priority. As you do, you will be amazed at how everything else seems to find its own order. Go with the flow.